Your next guest says stay long. David Katz, managing director at Jefferies, actually at a gaming conference in Las Vegas. How perfect. And Sarat Steady is still with us. David, I know you like Flutter and others. When you look at some of these predictions or outcome-based markets like a poly market, whatever, are they starting to eat into any real market share?
I think the impact that they're having based on the data that we're looking at is really very minimal. And Brian, I think we should be clear about what they are and what they're doing. We've done a lot of math on this, and we've published on it, talking to clients about it. And you have to take the volumes that they're generating, and it's 2 to 3 times what a handle number is that you're seeing from DraftKings and Flutter. And then when you look at the hold percentage of the actual revenue that's being generated, right, it's 0.2 times, right, rather than the 10 or 11% that you're seeing from DraftKings and Flutter. Now, we've been looking hard at the data and seeing where those volumes are coming from, and we believe that a lot of it is coming from states that have not legalized sports betting yet. Not all, and as you point out, some is coming from legalized markets, but not a lot. And I think the optic that's getting to the stocks is the notion that early football season promos and low hold percentage caused David Katz to take his numbers down. And it creates the optic that Kalshi's growing, and it's taking it from DraftKings and FanDuel, which is owned by Flutter. And I think that's the optic, Brian.
So it sounds like if and when these other states that haven't legalized sports betting, when they come on board, you think people will likely, not all, but some people will leave these other markets. They're only going to the poly markets, the Kalshis of the world, because that's the place they have to go.
That's correct. In a market where there isn't legalized sports betting, and it is geofenced on the state level, they are opting for that. But I think when you talk to Flutter, as we did this week, when you talk to the management teams and think through the permutations and then overlay a lot of years of experience following legalized gaming in the U.S. and in North America, all of the paths lead to a pressure that puts a little more restrictive regulation around the prediction markets, right? There's been disruptions in the gaming legalization market for many years, and they wind up in a legalized context. Think about the sports leagues and Adam Silver and their interest in having legalized, regulated sports betting, right? Because it was happening illegally. Think about the NFL and Major League Baseball, what they want. Think about the federal context that tribal interests operate in and how this can be, right, impacting, Brian.
David, a quick question here. In terms of growth, what about international with soccer or other sports like that, a World Cup coming up? I mean, does that enable more growth? How do they think about that?
Well, look, I'm glad you asked the question, right? Because prediction markets have been an okay business called Betfair that Flutter's been operating for many years. So this is something that has been available in a legalized and regulated context in Europe and around the world. And yes, the global sports betting market is still seeing some good growth, not as much as you're seeing in the U.S. And it's doing it alongside a regulated prediction market. And so that's our anticipated outcome for all of this here in North America, ultimately.